Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, everyone. Live in Monette, Missouri, and we're so glad to be joined by our good friend. And I got to say, you love to harass me every time I come to Monette, in the best possible way, in a friendly way.
I don't mean to. It's just my nature, so sorry.
You're so much fun. Can you tell everybody about what you do and what I bought last year?
Yes, I appreciate that to keep the business going. We're called Behrle's Boards and Bags, and we do charcuterie, cutting boards, serving boards, and my wife does handbags and purses. And we've been doing this quite a while, probably about 20 years, various crafts here and there, and we've kind of found our niche here, and we do about 15 shows a year, and Gail sometimes has to kind of play second fiddle. I have been invited to some art shows with my work. Used to, in the past, I would be declined because it wasn't artsy enough, but I guess my theory is either some artists have died or my art has gotten better. I'm not quite sure which one. But nevertheless, so we do that. But we do about 15 shows a year that keeps us very busy. We're both retired teachers and enjoying our time together.
John, is this considered like carpentry work since it is woodworking, or is it woodworking?
Well, carpentry is a little bit more rustic. This is a little bit more finished. And what we try to do is we find unusual pieces of wood, different than the norm. This is some natural edge walnut with some curly cherry, so which is a little different. This wood is what's called ambrosia maple. It's actually curly maple, which has some figure to it, but it's been attacked by the ambrosia beetle. And so we've got the little markings here from where the beetle has attacked it, and then the streakiness is the tree trying to heal itself from that infestation there. And then we trim it with some nice Missouri walnut. The feature here is on the back side, it's regular maple. So everyone says they're too pretty to use. So
they are. I have one.
I know.
I've used it once because I love it. It's so gorgeous.
Well, thank you. This is regular maple, so you could cut and chop on this side and then show this side. So you don't have to feel guilty about using it. So
how do you get the beautiful colors?
It's all natural. It's all natural. There's no stains or dyes, and you just kind of have to have an eye for it, look out for things. I mean, we stop along the way to St. Louis to every woodworking store and fabric store, and we always are on the lookout for new and unusual things.
Wow.
So would you say this was kind of a passion of yours while teaching, while Gail's passion was maybe sewing fabrics?
Correct. I started out as an industrial arts teacher years ago, and in the woodworking industry continued that. Gail's mother was a seamstress and did quilts, and so she was brought up in that vein. And she's a very good seamstress. Her purses, they're unique in the fact that she designs it all. She puts the colors together, coordinates the little adornments and the latches and things like that. And her best compliments come from older women who have sewn, because sewing is kind of a lost art these days.
It is.
But when they look at it, they say, yes, that's a good seamstress. They can tell they're well versed in it. So she gets a lot of compliments, and she gets a lot of buyers year after year. There'll be people this weekend that have bought purses last year or have seen us at a show. And remember, you can never have too many purses.
Maddie knows that.
Thank you for saying that.
And guys, just so you know, too, this is just a sampling of all the amazing pieces he's going to have. I bought one last year. I've used it. Maddie has seen it when I had my little game night.
Yes.
I made a charcuterie board.
Absolutely.
They're beautiful and amazing. John, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow and Sunday here.
Bet.
And we're going to move down to JAC's Jewelry with Janice Cordine. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, so here's the thing. I've said this a million times on the show, and especially when I come here for the Repurpose Fair. I wish I had the patience, the diligence, and the eyesight to make jewelry. That's why I respect what you do so much. Tell us about the process and what you make.
I just do a lot of bracelets, and I came about this because I like to wear bracelets, and so I always have bracelets on. And so I thought, why can't I make them? And so they offered a class at the old SWAC building here in Monette, and so I took the class and just fell in love with it.
Now, can I ask, is JAC, Jack's Jewelry, is that an acronym for something?
That's my initials.
Okay, there
Yes.
we go.
Yes, a lot of people call me Jackie, and it's like I still answer because it's like they think my name's Jackie, but it's not.
Nope, just Janice, but that's okay.
Yes.
And I have to say, I'm drawn to all the pieces, but I really love these sports pieces because when you're going to a sporting event as a female, you're kind of like, okay, if I wear too much gaudy jewelry, it's kind of like, what are you doing at a sports event? But it's so subtle, but yet, feminine.
Yes,
I love it.
I sell a lot of the sports beads, and another thing, since I do make them, I can put the sports beads on any colors.
Yeah.
So whatever school colors you have or need or whatever, I can put them together.
So I'm seeing bracelets, but I'm also seeing some earrings. Are the bracelets basically the best sellers, though?
Yes, yes, they are. And so because I think there's so many different colors, and you can wear multiple.
Yeah.
And so, earrings you can also because some people have more than one hole in their ears, and so, but the bracelets are the best sellers.
Yeah. And I do want to focus on these beautiful handcrafted rings.
There's a baseball one ring.
I know.
Yeah.
What exactly are these made of? Like,
They are wire wrapped, and they're with I think it's a stainless. It's not stainless. Silver plated, non-tarnishable, and so it's not supposed to tarnish.
so you can wear while you're doing the dishes, you're in the pool.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
love that.
And so,
I'm curious, too, have you ever ventured, or maybe it's not shown, have you ever ventured into the world of necklaces?
necklaces are not a big seller for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I do a few customs, but I don't usually display them because they're just not real good sellers.
And how long has Jack's Jewelry, have you been doing Jack's Jewelry?
I think probably 14 years.
Wow.
Like that. So quite a while.
Yeah.
And how long does it take to make usually a traditional bracelet like we're seeing?
If I have a color scheme in mind, it'll take me like 3 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't. Take
Have you
just-
ever
ding,
been?
ding, ding, ding.
Have you ever had a request to make a Taylor Swift friendship bracelet?
I have not.
Not yet, really. I
Yeah.
figured maybe this year you might be inundated with
Yeah,
it.
I have not. And so.
Well, we put it out in the universe. I have a feeling this weekend at the Monette Repurpose Fair, you might be getting some custom orders.
Right. Will you be making like tomorrow and?
Yep. I always have my tools with me, so it's like I'll make whatever people want.
I love that. And think ahead for the holidays. Get a custom
Yeah.
piece
Yep.
for your grandma,
Great
your
idea.
mom, your aunt, your best friend.
And another thing also, it's like the size on these does not matter because I can make them any size. So if you have a teeny tiny wrist, I can take them apart and make them smaller. I can make them larger, whatever you need.
And I see Chiefs.
I
want
love it.
I'm going to get it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Good to see
Thank
you.
you, Janice.
We'll see you this weekend.
All right, you guys, lots more fun on Ozarks Fox AM live from Monette. Don't go anywhere.
I really